Finally, the Gray has come back to the podcast with my co-host.
The Bear.
And that's it. Jeremy couldn't make it. He's seeing Final Destination tonight. Told him to go
Ugh.
enjoy himself. And we got his golfer and NASCAR driver for the week, and should be good. And Parrot's Parrot. He won't be here. So this is Bear and I were talking before the show. We haven't recorded in over a month. This is the first time this has ever happened. And I was like, dude, feels like we recorded last week, even though I
Yep.
know we didn't. And the last 2 weeks, I'm like, you want to push it to next week? And last week, and you're like, yeah, let's just go next week. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I'm sitting there, I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna be back till Thursday. You want to just go, maybe skip a week again, or just try to record Thursday? And we ended up, obviously, it's
Yeah.
Thursday now, so we're recording.
It worked out because Tuesday's going to be tough for me now over the next 3 months with golf. So,
Well, we might have to go back to Wednesdays.
yeah, well, I mean, we'll do whatever works. If Monday works, if I don't golf and Tuesday works, if Wednesday works, if Thursday, we'll figure it out. We'll make
I
it
think
happen.
next week, I think Wednesday will work next week because Jeremy had mentioned Wednesday could work for him. And I also have I don't leave for the show until Thursday, so Wednesday could work.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually have a golf outing on Wednesday with work. So I should that's up in Michigan. Yeah, I'll be home by 5, 6 o'clock. So we're good.
Nice. Nice. Well, I guess we're recording on Wednesday next week. I'll have to switch that when we get to it.
Perfect.
But let's see if we can remember how to do this. Thanks to Wes Anderson. Moments time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on X and Instagram at Songs by Wes. Thanks to All Wear Clothing. Visit allwearclothing.com. Mention Overline Podcast. And Brandon will hook you up with that deal. Thanks to Crandall's Quality Landscaping. Give Sean a call, 419-704-5471. Serves the Toledo surrounding areas and not.
Washington, D.C.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you to Sparty Steve, Reiki Merch, Hyperdenim Art, and last but not least, Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com.
And make sure you get over to datingtransformation.com and get that free consultation when you mention Over the Line Podcast. In the meantime, get to amazon.com and buy Connell's book, Dating Sucks, but you don't.
So we've had a lot of shit happen in the last month. So you want to just let's go
Yeah.
down the line. You want to catch us up on golf for the last 4 weeks?
Yeah, we missed a major in there. Scotty won the PGA, his first PGA, another major. It's his third major, two Masters and a PGA now. That was really the big one that we missed. The Memorial, he won the Memorial, and he also won the CJ Cup, which, yeah, that did not fall in that was the first week that we didn't record. So Scotty's won 3 times since we've been off. He won the CJ Cup in Texas. He won the PGA Championship. He won the Memorial. He's won every other week. You know what next week is? The US Open. He's not playing this week. Every other
Huh.
week.
So he might win again, eh?
The
Well,
trend is your friend.
you know what I found funny? So I read a thing. So from like May 3rd to June 1st, he won like 9 million, $10 million, whatever. But my
$10 million.
favorite stat was Scotty Scheffler had as many wins in that time as the Colorado Rockies.
Did you see what the Rockies posted after they swept Miami yesterday?
No.
Wins this week. Rockies 3, Scotty Scheffler 0. Fucking hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So good for the Rockies social media team for having a good sense of humor on that. But yeah, Scotty, since we've been gone, Scotty has been on absolute fire. And yeah,
He's
this
probably pissed that we're back. We might be voodoo for him.
yeah, if he doesn't win the US Open next week, for sure, which we'll get there. We're gonna record next week, but boy, that's gonna be fucking brutal, dude. We might not see if we see under par golf next week, I will be shocked. That's how 6 inch rough, 14 and a half to 15 on the stent meter greens. Dude, it's gonna be
So,
nasty.
fun fact, last night we actually drove over the bridge with the course on either side of us, Baymont.
It's
So
yeah,
we went right through there,
the
or
the
Oakmont,
PA.
sorry, not Baymont, Oakmont. And I was thinking of the Hotel Baymont, Oakmont. we drove right by it, and Barrett's like, "Here, look at this. Look at all the sand in this fucking course." Over he did the shot over on the Google as we're driving
They
past.
just added 50 bunkers just this or last year because they knew they were getting the US Open. So they added 50 bunkers. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's gonna be carnage. Like I said, if somebody wins, this tournament's gonna be a 3 under like highest probably. I mean, you gotta and it's long. So it's not like you can grind it out driving the ball 270 down the middle. I mean, you have to you still have to be long. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Will the
This week
live guys be in this one?
yeah, yeah. Well, if they qualify. So the U.S. Open, U.S. Open is always top X amount of golfers in the world, and then if you're not that, you have to qualify. So that's why, like this last Monday, they call it the longest day in golf. A lot of those guys play 36 holes to qualify for the U.S. Open, which you see pros playing with randos. I mean, I think Max Homa, Cam Young, Ricky Fowler, and there was like two other pros in a five-way playoff to get the last spot in that bracket. Like it's a bracket you draw. I mean, they put you there. And Cam Young ended up winning the five-man playoff. So Ricky Fowler and Max Homa are out of the US Open because they lost in that playoff after playing 36 holes. So yeah, it's crazy shit. I think Sergio missed. This will be the first major he's missed in 25 years, I think. Um, that he didn't qualify. So yeah, it's a tough one to get into. I mean, because everyone can qualify, everywhere. It's insane. But yeah, it'll be interesting next week, and we'll get to that next week. This week we're up north in Canada, RBC Canadian. Me and you are in. I have Corey Connors. You have Sam Burns. I don't know if you got anything from Jeremy
I
or
do. He's taking Corey Connors if he hasn't already.
no. So me and Jeremy are on the same this week. What about Parrot? Parrot take anybody or?
No, I haven't heard from Parrot. We talked
No.
about a trailer hitch today. That was it.
So Parrot will get the Dub and Cody treatment this week, most likely.
Oh, look at that. You and Jeremy are the same this week in golf and NASCAR.
NASCAR too. Yeah, and golf updated standings. We got it's a nice tight race. I wish Parrot would get some picks in because he's in there too. So Gray is leading golf right now at 31.5. I'm in second at 31.7. Jeremy is in third at 32.8, and Parrot's sitting in fourth at 35.5. Dub and Cody aren't playing, so we're not even going to give their scores anymore. I mean, we got a nice tight four-man race here coming down the stretch. So yeah, it's going to be good. Golf, it seems like we normally have blowouts in golf. I don't think it's not going to be this way this year. We're going to be grinding to the end on this one. So that'll be pretty fun. On the NASCAR side of it, um, yeah, we haven't come to you since we did our Talladega. So we've had what Texas, Kansas, the All-Star race, Coca-Cola 600, which I was at, and then Nashville this last week. We've had some good racing. Kyle Larson, he did complete the double at on that day. He wrecked twice.
Both of them. Yeah.
That's his
So he
double.
didn't technically
Wrecked.
complete either one.
He did not. No, he did though. He completed the double wreck. That's what Kyle
Yeah.
Larson did. Yeah, a great race by the way. That was fantastic. Chastain came and got Byron there. On the last lap, dude. That was fun. They passed right in turn one, and you could see Chastain getting the run right past us, and watch that thing down, and you could see him make that sick move. With what 8 to go, I think, or whatever he passed him with. But yeah, that was fun. Really good race, and it didn't fucking rain. I broke my rain curse. Maybe we'll see. Still got Michigan
Well,
this.
well, and I saw it, like I text you because Ross went up with the watermelon in the stands. I'm like, get a piece.
Yeah.
You better have got a piece.
Yeah,
Because I knew
unfortunately,
you were in the area. Like I didn't know exactly where. I kind of had an idea. You were like if he was standing facing the crowd, I assume you were upright.
yes, we would have been to his right, correct. Yeah,
Yes.
we were before the start finish line. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, yeah, we had a perfect view of him smashing it, but security didn't let anybody go down there. So you couldn't even go down there. You couldn't do anything, which is that's fine. I'm not gonna go run down there like the kids and that do. They want the flag. I get that. That's all cool. But yeah, it was sweet, fun to watch. So now. out of the NASCAR races I've been to, I've seen my drivers win. I saw Harvick win in Michigan. I've seen Chastain win in Charlotte. So maybe Blaney can get me one here in Michigan this week because I'll be there. That would really be the last one to complete of everyone that I'm seeing. And guess what? Michigan is a Ford track, so it's very possible that Blaney could win one this week. Um, but yeah, our NASCAR has been hit or miss for us. We haven't had the greatest run since we've been off, but updated standings on that. Jeremy at 16.9 leading the way, Parrott at 18.5 in second, Gray at 19.9, myself at 21.3, Dub at 23.9. Cody's out of it. He doesn't even pick. So I wouldn't say Jeremy's quite running away with it, but he's doing fairly well right now. And this week, Firekeepers Casino 400 in Michigan, as we just said, is where I'll be. Jeremy and I again on the same person, Carson Hocevar this week. He's a Michigan kid. He's been racing well. I hope he does something this week. It's tough not to pick a Ford in Michigan just because they do dominate this race, but kind of go off the beaten path and see what they can do here. See if Hocevar can get him another top five. And
I,
who are
I
you going with this week?
I'm going with Zane Smith. He just had a good finish for Jeremy in 13th. He had a top 10 in his only race here last year, so I'm gonna go with him again.
Yeah.
Finished seventh, I believe, last year. And he's driving Front Row Motorsports, so I think that's a good team, and that would be good for him. See him get a dub, and well, not a dub, but see him get a top 10. I'd be happy with that. So I got to start burning some guys that are good. I still have Carson Hocevar up my sleeve too, but I got to see him and use him. That dude, he's got balls, and he's like he does shit that pisses people off, but dude's a driver.
I mean, he's a good driver, right? This is what everyone says, right? He does what Dale did. So why are you going to get mad at him if you love Dale, right? That's a tough thing, but and I already picked next week. Next week they're in Mexico City. I saved Suarez the entire year for this. There ain't no way I'm not picking against Suarez in Mexico. And God, I know he's going to crash right off the bat. I know he's finishing last in this race, but fuck it. I already put him in. I already knew I'm going Suarez in Mexico City
Fuck it.
next week and a road course too. That'll be fun. But while we're on it, you been able to watch some NASCAR? Have you been able to watch on Prime?
Dude, yeah, because I had texted you because I was
That's
home
right. Yeah, that's right.
for the Coke 600, and I'm like,
Yeah, you were home.
because you're like, I wonder how that is, and I text you, I'm like, dude, this is dope.
Yeah, I
Like,
wanted to know. So
Prime got
tell
it.
me, yeah, give me so you didn't watch Nashville last week, I assume.
I didn't. I was doing a show.
Okay, so give me your rundown of your Amazon experience. You got to watch the first one. I didn't. I was there, but I did watch Nashville last week, so I'll give you mine. So go
I
ahead. What do you think of that?
I thought they did great coverage of the Coke 600. I thought, the interviewers were great. I told you Corey LaJoy, it was nice to see him. I was like, dude's got his calling. He was great. He was awesome.
Hmm.
And I was like, he was great. Junior, it's nice to hear because like Junior's gotten better and better and better. And knowing he's an introverted guy, and now he's got the podcast too, and he's got everything else, and he's a driver. So he's telling you what's going on. It was like a Doc, doing NHL or, Madden doing football. Like Junior just gets it and he's telling what's happening, what they're doing, why they're doing it. And then what I really liked is I like to know where guys are all the time because I'm looking for my guys on DraftKings, looking that, and they had it everywhere. And they put little stats on the bottom of the screen and all those little things. I like all that little shit. And then just the coverage was good. And then the announcer, like I said, Junior's great. I love listening to Junior. He's awesome on there. And then I was like, oh shit, Corey LaJoy's here. And listening to him, I'm like, I think he found his next job. Like he was really good. I enjoyed it thoroughly on the Prime.
Hmm. So I'm 100% in agreement with you. I like LaJoy, and LaJoy's racing trucks, I think, in Michigan this
Hmm.
week.
Yep.
And he's going to be racing trucks, I think, for the rest of the season, if I'm not mistaken. I think he got put into a truck because someone was out or something like that. I can't remember if that's exactly what I saw, but he'll still be doing Amazon on Sundays or, Cup Day, I should say, whether it's Saturday or Sunday. But then racing trucks, which is good. But yeah, I love Corey LaJoy. I've always liked Carl Edwards. I'm happy Carl Edwards is there because it felt like in
Hey, he
Fox
was great too.
they put him on the back burner. He was always in the studio, like he should be out there. So I'm happy they have them. I think they do a good job. I'm happy you brought up the score bug. You can say that, right? That's what they call it in football or all sports. Dude, that thing constantly ran. I felt like if I'm watching on Fox, like it's always the
I'm
top
waiting
10.
forever.
Yeah. dude, that thing just kept moving. Like there were times it was almost too fast for me. I'm like, oh shit, slow down. Like I'm not used to this.
Slow down. I'm trying to see where my driver is.
I'm trying to get used to it. But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. And I'm happy that they have the NBC or TNT, whatever you want to call it, right? Letarte Jr., those guys, they're fantastic. I love Steve Letarte. I think he's
Same.
great. Um, having, Jeff Burton in the pits and doing the interviews with the guys, like I like that crew, so I'm happy it's this part of the NASCAR season. But yeah, I like what Prime is doing, and I'm hoping that they continue to pull viewers. The thing that frustrates me is that I guess for Charlotte, a lot of the NASCAR fans were pissed because there was no other option, and it wasn't on cable; it was on Amazon. So I guess NASCAR fans were pissed because they couldn't find it. Probably the older generation, and I'm like, really?
With the times, people.
So I think what I saw is Coca-Cola 600 last year on TV got like 3.07 million views, and this year on Amazon was like 2.89 million. But again, from cable to a paid service, right? I mean, it is a paid service to watch Amazon Prime, which most people in the country have. They probably don't even know that they can fucking watch Amazon shows, free shows,
With a
with
Prime
their
account.
subscription. But I thought that was pretty good because in cable, I mean, how many people are watching NASCAR or someone just turned on, Fox and they go, "Oh yeah, I kept it on Fox and I never turn the channel, it just stays there." So to only
Right.
be 200,000 people off the first time, I think is great. I didn't see the numbers for Nashville, so I don't know. Like, and it was Sunday night at 7:30. It's going to be tough to judge. I think this one will be good. We get a day race, a 2 p.m. race, so we get a mid-afternoon, right? It's been two night races. Now we get an afternoon race. We're going to see how the numbers pull on Amazon. But I'm excited for that, and I really hope that I really hope that they get more of the piece of the NASCAR pie because I certainly enjoyed
Dude, it
watching
was
that.
so good.
I
So good.
and TNT does a good job, and they will once they take over here. I think in Atlanta when they start the in-season tournament, which will be great, and we get the same guys that are doing it. But yeah, I'm happy what Prime's doing. I hope they get half the NASCAR season next year. Honestly, I think that would be freaking awesome. So.
They did amazing. I agree with you. They were just on point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's nice too, right? You're on the road, you're moving, you're somewhere. You get your laptop up, get your phone up, turn on Amazon Prime as you're moving and shaking, right? So you can't do that with Fox. We don't. There's no stream for Fox, right? Unless you have cable on your phone. There's no stream for Fox. So,
I have cable on my phone, but I'd rather just
well,
Prime was awesome. I'm gonna leave it at that. Prime was
yeah,
the shit.
yeah. I did enjoy that. Enjoyed it a lot. All right, off into the other finals that we have going on. Right now, live, we have our NBA final matchup. The Pacers and Thunder. Pacers ended up beating the Knicks in six. The Thunder ended up beating the T-Wolves in five. Um, it's two the Thunder T-Wolves series I thought would be better. I really thought that would go seven. And they just demoralized them. They shut down Anthony Edwards and no one else on that team. No one else on Minnesota could score. That was simple as that. They shut down the one guy that could score. Randall had one good game, and then he didn't do anything the rest of it. Then they started doubling him and Anthony Edwards, and nobody else could score after that. It was pretty brutal. And the Pacers, they just look better than the Knicks. The Knicks look tired. I think obviously Thibodeau got fired, so I don't know if I agree with that decision, but he did beat them down. And his rotations probably weren't the best, which probably led to him getting fired. But I mean, dude, he just took the Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals and got shit canned. Like, I don't know. I would have given him another year and let him make adjustments, but that's just me. So yeah, Thunder up right now by 11, almost at the end of the first. So yeah, I mean, I personally think the Thunder are going to win in five, gentlemen sweep. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see it close. I think it's gonna be pretty much what you're saying, 4-0, 4-0, 4-1, maybe even 4-2. But, you don't know. Like you and I were talking about before the show, the Pacers, they're dogs, man. They can keep it close. And they're no pushover either. I mean, they kick the shit out of people.
Hmm.
But right
Yeah,
now they're getting beat by 10 as we watch. So,
yeah,
okay,
it's
and that's what I didn't get about OKC Minnesota. Like, win by 40, lose by 40. I'm like, what the fuck is this series? Like,
Yeah, it was very, it's very, and I feel like that's how a lot of the NBA has been this year. It's been a little bit weird and strange, but yeah, I mean, that's the NBA. It seems always that way. Um, none of us, there's no titles. We're not giving out any titles. No one picked the winner. The only person who has someone in there is Gray, who has the Thunder, the Celtics beating the Thunder. So at
Damn
least you
it.
got one team in there. But my Cavs over Suns didn't work. Dub had the Knicks over the T-Wolves, which honestly is impressive. I mean, they were both in their finals. Like I would not have guessed that at the beginning of the year.
Who had that?
Dub did.
Hmm.
Yeah, Dub had Knicks over T-Wolves in the finals, so good for any of the Pistons as a surprise team. He had actually pretty decent NBA picks this year for
I
Dub.
think if I think if I remember correctly, we laughed at him when he said the Knicks over the T-Wolves.
We definitely did. We definitely did, and we were wrong there. Definitely wrong. I
Yep.
mean, he technically had the two closest teams to the finals, put together. As we said, you had the Celtics over the Thunder, and Jeremy had the Nuggets over the Celtics. So no one is getting a ring in basketball this year. Now, in hockey, on the other hand, that's a little different story here. We could be split and one three ways. So the Oilers and the Florida Panthers are in your Stanley Cup final for the second year in a row, reminiscent of.
Last year.
No, no, no.
Oh,
Reminiscent
Penguins and
of.
Red
There,
Wings.
there we go. That was the last time that two teams went back-to-back years. And yeah, Oilers Panthers fun series. Oilers ended up winning last night in overtime, 4-3. Draisaitl scored two. Bennett scored two. Draisaitl scored the winner with about 30 seconds left in overtime on a power play last night. To update, Gray nailed it. Oilers Panthers. You got the back-to-back. You have the Oilers as your winner. We'll see if you can get that. Oilers Bruins for myself. I have Oilers as the winner. Dub had the Rangers and the Stars. Parrott had the Rangers and the Oilers. Oilers losing. And Jeremy has the Oilers and the Hurricanes. So if the Oilers win, and we all, of course, have it in 6 games. So the tiebreaker doesn't even apply. So if the Oilers win, we're going to get a .3333 infinity trophy that goes out there to three of us, which I kind of like because we don't have that yet. We have halves. We don't have thirds though.
Our third, we didn't call it our third tiebreaker should have been the
If you,
runner-up.
yeah, we should have. We can do.
We
We'll
didn't
start
call
that for
that
next.
shit.
Start that for next year. I would say, our second tiebreaker could have been our surprise team and the record, but we all had Utah. So
Well,
yeah, we would have had to go into the third tiebreaker. So
uh,
we'll have to do that for next year.
by the way, Parrot is taking Wyndham Clark.
Well, windy. All right. Wind, Ham, Rotunda, Clark, rest in peace. All right. Wyndham Clark for Parrot.
Because
Just
he
like
was like Bryson, I'm like, wrong week, and I think you already took him, and he did.
we all took Bryson the Masters.
Yes, we did.
It's good.
Uh,
But
it's
yeah,
good
so I
shit,
think
pal.
I think the hockey finals are going to be a lot more competitive than what you're going to see in the NBA finals. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope both series are good, and it's that time of the year now where hockey and basketball will be over. We really just have baseball, golf, NASCAR pretty much. Got some good tennis going on, French Open going on right now. We got Coco Gauff, go America. It's got facing Sabalenka in the final. And the men's semifinals are tomorrow, or Friday, if you're listening to this. Sinner and Djokovic should be good. So Sinner is the number one seed. He hasn't lost one set so far. Not one.
Ooh,
That's
fuck.
insane. Insane. I think he's going to. I think Djokovic can take a set. I think he'll beat Djokovic. And then Alcaraz is facing some Italian kid. He's like the eighth seed, I think. I'm not sure who it is, Mussolini or something like that. But
Mussolini.
something like that. Can't remember. I'm gonna look. I'm telling you, it's close.
It's gonna be close to Mussolini.
It's definitely close to Mussolini. I'm telling you. Let me find it here. Hold on a second. Let's get the bracket. Musetti. Musetti. I was close. I was close.
Mussolini, Desetti. Yeah.
A lot of those
Some
letters are
some Italian.
a lot of those letters are the same. So yeah, I think I hope we get a center Alcaraz final. I think that'd be great, and I hope Coco beats number one seed Sabalenka, and wins for America. So it should be a couple good finals there in tennis.
So, few things too. As the worst kept secret in sports, Rogers is signing with the Steelers, which I appreciate this for Will Howard because I called Will Howard. I thought he was going to go to the Steelers in the fifth. I think they got him in the sixth.
Hmm.
And like I'm like, dude, we watched him and I try to be as unbiased as possible. Dude's a winner. Like I was gonna say it. He was a winner at K-State, comes to Ohio State. He was a leader, winner. He made a mistake. He knew he made a bad mistake when we played Oregon, but then he kicked the fucking shit out of him in the playoffs.
Yep.
And dude's a dog. He's got receivers. He's gonna sit behind. I know Rogers is old as shit, but good dude to sit behind to watch and learn.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it's the learning thing, right? It still is Aaron Rodgers and he's a nutcase, so hopefully he helps out Howard and doesn't just play, but I have a feeling that this is the end of I have a feeling this is the end of Mike Tomlin. I think this is going to be the guy that gets him fired. It's going to be his first losing season. I don't know. That's just going to be my bold prediction for the year when we get into football predictions here. Coming in up in a couple months. I just don't think it's going to be great. I think Rodgers is washed, man. I just think he's washed.
He's
And
gonna be asking a lot of DK. Now the
well,
Pickens is with Dallas too.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Who else you got? He's gonna bring, he's gonna bring in a buddy or two, right? But I mean, so you still got Warren. You drafted Caleb Johnson out of Iowa, so he can be your bruiser. You still got Warren, so Warren's gonna get a lot of checkdowns from Rodgers. And what's he gonna force feed DK? But they don't have anybody else there, dude. You got Cedric Austin the third. Ooh,
Right.
scary. So they're gonna have to find another receiving option somewhere because everyone's gonna be all over DK all
Oh,
game.
and by the way, your boy's taking Denny Hamlin. I just looked up. I saw Denny Hamlin in his list, and it's Shiv that took Denny Hamlin. So Parrot can have Denny Hamlin.
Dennis Hamlin for Parrot. Okay. All right. We
So
good.
yeah,
Um,
it's
um,
going to be interesting, like you said, NFL, and we're getting closer and closer to football. Couple months before we know it, we're going to be there. I got two busy ass months coming up, and two more busy months of shows, and it's gonna be interesting to say
Yeah, I
the
hope it doesn't
least.
come too fast. I know everyone always gets on there, oh yeah, I want it to be football season, this and that. I enjoy this time of year. I enjoy the summer. I enjoy not having to sit there and worry about football. I enjoy not having to watch football on Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Takes up more than half the week. Like, I like this time. I need to relax.
Weren't you? Didn't you win the fantasy football championship?
I did. Yeah, I did. I can't believe you guys let me have all those picks and let me win. It's wild.
Dude, that was fucking crazy.
I know. It's gonna be fun.
Absolutely insane.
I think I got
Yeah, I
like
know.
five picks in the first three rounds. Plus, I'm gonna be keeping Brian Thomas in the eighth. Whew. Gonna line myself up for another one this year, hopefully. We'll see.
Yep, no, that'd be good. And
We
um,
will see.
and then on to baseball. Just quick on the baseball. I know the Yankees and Guardians are playing right now. Yankees still up 2-0.
Yep, still up 2-0.
Judge is still batting over 390, which is crazy to me, and almost 500 on the on base. So he's been a guy, as he should be. He's the El Capitan. Just got to see what he can do in the playoffs should they get there, which they should. But there's 102 games to go, so we'll see.
Yep.
And they
So this
are they
is
are.
so really quick fun.
Yep,
This is their 60. Today's their 61st game. And he got on base today. He got hit, he got walked, and he had a double. So, and I didn't see if he's done anything since then, but he's been on base three times at least I'm aware of. Out of those 61 games, how many of those games has he been on base?
58.
58. He has not been on base three games.
That's fucking nuts.
Insane. Insane. Which I'm happy I picked him for my fantasy baseball team.
I'm happy for you too. I'm
Which,
just,
who do you think's leading my fantasy baseball league?
I'm assuming you.
Goddamn right.
Fucking basketball goes undefeated,
I
everything.
just lost. I just lost 2 weeks ago was my first loss. I'm 8-1 in the fantasy baseball league. 8-1.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Judge this year, he's not striking out as much. He's been more patient at the plate. Each year he gets more and more patient. And they're still scared to throw to him because dude fucking rips it. I mean, just a half swing, it could be over the fence. Like,
Hmm.
and they're doing this shit without Stanton. Now, granted, Stanton's fucking arms are fucking jelly now, but dude can still hit bombs, and he's the guy they need in the playoffs is Stanton because the guy's clutch in the playoffs. But he's always hurt. So I'm like, at this point, you're leading, you're up 5 games. Fucking just wait. Let that dude heal up and get him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Whatever. And
I You kind of have to, right? And I mean, they're pitching. No one thought Rodon was going to do what he's doing this year. I mean, Fried,
right.
we know. Max Fried, he's always been a stud. We know what he's going to do. But Rodon, I mean, he's outperforming Fried right now. I think he's the AL Cy Young leader, in my opinion. He's just pitching his ass off, but nobody saw that coming. I mean, he was like 13-9 last year with a almost 4 ERA. The dude's what, 8-1 this year with like a 2.5, I think. So yeah,
He's been
that's
on
been
point.
big. That's been big because if the Yankees didn't have that, they wouldn't be 37-23. They'd probably be 30-30. I mean, they'd be 500 team because in all
Yeah.
reality, their offense, while it's good, hasn't been that great this year. Besides, outside of Judge, they've been so hot or cold on offense that their pitching has just let it. The Yankees last year, I shouldn't say last year, over the last couple of years, they haven't been able to win that 2-1, 3-0 game, right? They gotta win 6-2, 6-5, 6 to they need runs. With this pitching they have, yeah, they can win these 2-0 games, 2-1 games now. So that's the big thing for that's why I see the Yankees I shouldn't say succeeding because I mean they're doing well. They're doing well.
So a
But
lot of season to go. We'll give our full baseball preview in September.
But how about the top team in baseball right now? What a surprise. The
My
Detroit
surprise team,
the Detroit Tigers are the best team in baseball,
I think
record-wise.
if you go back and look at my stuff, I think they're my surprise team. Like, and they're, because I got flack for that. Oh, they were in the playoffs. I'm like, no, no, I don't think you understand. I think they're going to be a lot better than everything.
They're your World Series loser this year.
The Tigers were, see,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, my World
who do I
Series
have winning? The Dodgers?
Dodgers, yeah. My
Yeah.
World Series loser is one of the worst teams in baseball, so I did not pick that well.
The White Sox?
The Orioles. Yeah, not
What's
great.
crazy is the Orioles have won 6 in a row. They were fucking 19 and 36.
After they fired their manager. Now, with that being said, they can still come back. They got a lot of offense. They got decent pitching. They can make a run, but yeah, it was not looking good to start. And Jeremy had the Mets and the Rangers, and the Rangers are kind of sitting there in the middle of the pack. They're not terrible, but they need to pick some games up here. They are under 500, and the Mets are the third. They have the third best record in baseball. So
Yep. Dodgers have cooled off when they started hot. The Cubbies are winning. The Reds, they're 30 and 33. They're not too bad. Um, Playing all right. We'll see what they can do. Brewers are on fire, 9-1 in their last 10.
it's
So
just
they're
nice to see because
pretty hot.
how many years do we see these teams running away with it already, you know? I mean, look from the Red Sox up, right? I mean, the Red Sox and Rangers are both 11 games out of the best team in baseball. 11 games out of the top spot. They're 30 and 34. Tigers are 41 and 23. So there's a lot of parity this year, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing. I like that.
I like that. I like him. The well, as we wrap this down, we'll save wrestling for the next episode because it's a special one. Um, we wrap this down with UFC 316.
What?
And by the way, on WWEshop.com, there's a
So
UFC 316 shirt.
they just bought TKO. The whole thing was just for that, right? They're
Yeah,
gonna sell that shirt so much.
yeah. Like we're selling it. Austin can get his little bit of dabs.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, though, we're in the Prudential Center, Newark, New Jersey. Get a rematch for the title. It's gonna be a good one. I don't remember. It's been too long, so you just rip it on the left side and we'll go from there.
Um, fuck this right. When are you done with that? Oh, the podcast. 35 minutes. So all right, left side. Sorry. In a lightweight bout from the United States, no odds yet, Markel Maderos.
And also from the United States, Mark Chowinski.
And a lightweight bout again, minus 575 favorite. You know, you know who this guy looks like? This might this will be good.
Wade
This
Boggs.
guy, Ray Finkel, before he became Lois Einhorn. Um,
Yeah.
but Jay Quillen, Sal killed
And the plus 425 dog from Israel, Yanil Ashmus.
in a featherweight bout, no odds from Indonesia, Jeka Sarga.
And from South Korea, Ju Sang Yu.
In a women's flyweight bout, the number 13th ranked women's flyweight from Brazil, Ariane da Silva.
And from China, Wang Kang.
Speaking of China, love the breakup between Elon and Donald.
I think it's that's kayfabe. It's fake.
We
I'll tell
knew
you.
this shit was
I'll tell you off air my theory on that.
no problem. In the prelims, welterweight bout from the United States, best name in UFC, Chaos Williams.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight last week, and his opponent backed out like the day before, so they pushed him back to this card. They had two of them like that last week. And from Sweden, Andreas Gustafsson.
The heavyweight bout, number seventh ranked heavyweight from Moldova, Sergey Hoover Spy Vacuum.
And from the Dominican Republic, the number 11th ranked heavyweight, Waldo. Where's Waldo? Cortez Acosta.
In a light heavyweight bout, minus 625 favorite from Mata, Russia, Rusev Azamat Mirzakhanov.
And from Brazil, plus 455 dog, Brenson Ribeiro.
And the main event of the prelims, plus 470 dog, 12th ranked flyweight from Brazil, Bruno Silva.
And the minus 650 favorite from Myanmar. Sorry, Rambo killed all your family. Number 14th ranked flyweight, Joshua. I live in a van down by the river.
In a welterweight bout on the main card from Brazil, 14th ranked welterweight, Vicente Luca.
And the minus 270 favorite from the United States, Kevin Holland.
In a bantamweight bout, 10th ranked bantamweight from the United States, Mario Batista.
And from the United States, their most recent signing in the UFC, Patchy Mix.
Fucking love the name.
When I saw that, I'm like, that's got to be fake. And I looked him up. I'm like, no, his name's Patchy.
Love that. Middleweight bout plus 300 dog from United States, Calvin Gastelum.
And the minus 380 favorite from the United States, Joe Piper.
In a women's bantamweight title bout co-main event from the United States, plus 525 dog. Your champ, Juliana Pena.
Yeah, and from the United States, the numbers two ranked women's bantamweight in the world, minus 750 favorite. She is a freak of nature. Kayla Harrison. Dude, her lats are bigger than our lats put together.
I know.
It's insane. She is going to destroy Pena.
Gonna be nuts. In the main event, bantamweight title bout, minus 325 favorite, your champion from Atlanta, the country of Georgia, Mirab Davicelli.
Yeah, and from the United States, number one ranked bantamweight, trying to get his belt back, plus 260 dog. Sugar, Sean O'Malley. I'm surprised he's plus 260, man. That first
No
fight,
shit.
I mean, that first fight went to a decision, and he tagged Merab a few times.
Mm.
So yeah, give me O'Malley.
Mirab can take some fucking hits too.
He can, but I think O'Malley's going to get him. I think he's going to catch him and choke him out. I'm going O'Malley, Harrison. Both the belts are going to change. Give me Piper. I don't know much about this patchy fellow, so I'm going with "It's me, Mario," and then Kevin
It's a me,
Holland.
Mario.
It's always
Batista.
it's always my favorite when that Raw is about to go to commercial and the random fan just
Dude fucking
all
runs by
over.
and
So
he
fucking
just takes off.
oh, so good.
Batista's just laughing. So, um, that's it from us. Tune into next week's episode, special one, or I shouldn't say next week, Sunday's episode. We'll be talking wrestling, and it's a special one. You'll see why momentarily. But thank you to Wes Anderson, Ground Square Landscaping, All Wear Clothing, Color Bear, DaniTransformation.com, Sparty Steve, Great Key Merch, Paper Denim Art, and as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Fuck them Yankees.